This program is brought to you in partnership with UNDP in Botswana.
Primetime Live.
Recently, to reflect and share on the achievements of the UNDP Supplier Development Programme, thus far, UNDP Botswana held an event tagged Annual UNDP SDP Achievements at a Glance. The annual UNDP Achievements at a Glance event was held under the theme Building Forward Better Towards Resilient and Competitive SMEs in Botswana.
The UNDP Supplier Development Programme, currently in its second phase, has now brought together stakeholders and other related parties to reflect on achievements up to this point and project into the future under the apt theme Building Forward Better Towards Resilient and Competitive SMEs in Botswana.
The annual UNDP Achievements at a Glance event unpacked, among other things, the achievements of the Supplier Development Programme, the major lessons learned during the rolling out of the program, and the opportunities for entrepreneurship and private sector development in Botswana.
Today is the power of partnerships coming together for a cause. And what is that cause? That cause is to help SMEs in Botswana within the program that we call Supplier Development Programme. And the suppliers are the SMEs. They supply to somebody. So the buyers, which for us are the large companies, and I'm going to list them and acknowledge them, because without their commitment to this partnership, this program would not be possible. So again, the aspect of the project is partnerships for a purpose. The purpose is to help SMEs. And the first partnership to make that purpose work is the large companies in this partnership. And why? And it's this. When we started this journey nearly over 2 years ago, we had done quite a bit of analysis on what are the big issues facing SMEs here in Botswana. And 3 big issues came out. First is market, market, market. Where am I going to sell my goods? How do I know if I'm a small, medium enterprise? If I invest money and get credit from the bank, and I invest in machinery, and I produce a product, how do I know that that product will sell and that I won't go further into debt? So that was the first thing, market, market, market. And to solve the market issue, we knocked on the door of buyers, i.e. the large companies. And I'm so delighted because the large companies came into partnership with UNDP and said, yes, we believe in this purpose, we believe in this cause, we want to support buying locally.
The SDP engages large-scale companies or potential buyers purchasing or willing to purchase goods and services and facilitate a business relationship with capacitated SMEs or suppliers. Once the SMEs are qualified to enter the program, they go through a rigorous 6-stage process to enhance their productivity to be profitable, effective, and sustainable suppliers.
So what have we achieved? On the side of the suppliers, we've evidenced an increase in staff members, that is jobs created. There's only a small portion where maybe there was job losses, and obviously we know with the COVID pandemic that was likely, to happen. And we are also happy that there was staff retention. Not only were new jobs created, but jobs were retained, because that's also one of our key performance indicators. We've evidenced improved products, quality and processes. We've evidenced enhanced access to markets, as was shared earlier, but also access to finance. During COVID, when it hit last year, we decided to be innovative as a program. We re-engaged our consultants to come up with 3 focus areas for all their suppliers. 1, to ensure that they stay afloat and develop product diversification strategies. market diversification strategies, and most importantly, to develop business, assist them to put together business plans to access funding from ISPAD, CEDA, and other commercial banks. But overall, we are happy that we are seeing competitiveness and profitability increase on the part of the suppliers. On the side of the buyers, we've evidenced less disputes. Remember, the consultant ensures that harmonious relationship between the supplier and the buyer. So we've also evidenced timely payments, more favorable payment terms. We don't hear complaints of settlement discounts anymore because the buyers are saying we've developed a relationship with these suppliers, so that is not really necessary. We are also seeing clearer procurement policies and specs from the buyers. We're seeing clearer grading systems. And as you know, if you have viable suppliers, you have viable buyers. Overall, as a smooth supply chain leads to a buyer's profitability. But what we also are happy about is we have buyers who are on the program as a second year. So as part of the program, they are eligible on their exit from year 2 to replicate the supply development program for the rest of their supply chains, because we are not able to reach out all the SMEs in the country. So because they would have graduated, so we are happy that we'll be having those next year.
Since the start of the program, buyers have experienced a more improved relationship with suppliers. Many of the large buyers have also received better quality supplies of goods and services. More and above, they have realized that suppliers are now more reliable and able to deliver goods on time.
It is a program that we are keen of getting involved in on a continuing basis. We'd like to extend it to as many suppliers as possible. The discipline that it provides, the feedback that we're able to give to the suppliers, the fact that we're able to see them grow and develop, I think this is positive. They're able to contribute effectively into the development of our own country.
Since we have participated in the program, we are in collaboration with other mining entities, and we are able to benchmark on them and also identify the services that we need here that we have not been able to get. And in so doing, we are also broadening our supplier base and bringing in suppliers who already have an idea as to what is required. So the program is really helpful for Botswana at this stage.
Prime Time Live. Prime Time Live.
The UNDP SDP also complements the efforts made by the government of Botswana in ensuring that the needs of SMEs are prioritized and met through the establishment of dedicated support structures.
We are gathered here today to commemorate the annual United Nations Development Programme, Supplier Development Programme, or SDP, Achievements at a Glance, themed building towards towards resilient and competitive SMEs in Botswana. Let me take this opportunity to commend the UNDP's efforts in supporting the government of the Republic of Botswana in its efforts towards economic diversification through various programs and initiatives. Worth noting are the revised economic diversification drive, strategy, the regulatory impact assessment system across government, and the evaluation and development of the Botswana Exporter Development Programme, or BEDP. And most of all, today's flagship program, the Supplier Development Programme, coined SDP.
Besides the hands-on monitoring support and the market provided by SDP, SMEs have seen tangible and commendable results since engaging in this program. These include production of more goods with better quality, ability to deliver quality products at agreed timeframes, enhanced capacity to enter new markets, to mention a few.
There's a lot of exposure in this program. The main thing I like exposure to the client that's arona. Gore ba lemoga gore nya re na le client the program tso tselo da listed under UNDP tsa mentoring le gona gore how do you do your marketing, how do you do your pricing, jalo jalo jalo.
So for us it gave us, you know, the confidence going out into the market, you know, as using it as a reference point that we have gone through it. You know, we have delivered. And when we go to other clients, you know, seeking business, you know, we go there with a lot of confidence.
As one of the largest sectors contributing immensely to the overall economic development of the country, the mining industry that is also supported by the UNDP SDP presents many opportunities to suppliers.
The Business Development Forum was set up to utilize the combined mining sector purchasing power, and for two reasons: to drive cost savings on the mines and the efficiency improvements of the members. You heard one of the buyers saying that they used to take 3 to 4 weeks to get their protective equipment. Now we're down to 7 days. So that's actually what we call efficiency improvements. So this is really what we wanted to achieve. And also to make significant contributions towards Botswana's socio-economic development. So really that was the whole purpose of forming this Business Development Forum. And how are we to do that? We can achieve that through attracting foreign suppliers to relocate manufacturing activities in Botswana. And I can tell you that we have tried that business approach. We have some companies that have relocated from elsewhere to come and manufacture in Botswana. Now, the issue when we talked about the combined purchasing power is that, and we've talked about this before, if you are a manufacturer, you need a market. Now, if you are just manufacturing for one mining company, what happens if that mining company goes under, or at that particular month they don't require your services? So you need to be able to manufacture for a whole mining industry. So that's why we made an agreement with all the mining companies to be able to support this particular program.
For quite some time, access to funding has been a major challenge for SMEs that are trying to expand and grow their businesses. The UNDP SDP has therefore forged partnerships with financial institutions to help prioritize and facilitate access to funding.
SMEs will be accessing funding at a higher cost than companies that are better able to access funding. They don't have the money in the first place, but when they get the money, they have to pay more. How to deal with that? There's something that SMEs themselves can do, and in addition to the enablement that has been provided by the SDP. One way of addressing that problem is for SMEs to invest in their own reputations. I mean, managing their accounts properly and conducting their banks across bank accounts, not across the briefcase or the pillow. It's important that when SMEs do business, they should make sure that all their finances go through their bank accounts. Those transactions create a footprint that signals the discipline and the intensity with which the SMEs do business. And the next time the SME wants to access finance, that statement, that bank statement, will speak tons more than the words that the SME themselves can speak.
During the event, UNDP also rolled out the African Youth Connect platform in Botswana, an initiative supported by the Russia UNDP Trust Fund for Development in partnership with MISEC and Botswana Innovation Hub.
The Youth Connect program is an appealing platform as it enables the youth to connect with leaders, with their role models, with their peers, and to acquire skills and resources to promote employment and entrepreneurship opportunities. It coordinates and nurtures collaboration between youth empowerment initiatives and hubs through a continental network of youth empowerment experts across Africa, which we plan to leverage on to open opportunities to young people. This also offers Botswana an opportunity to offer more to the continent and offer its youth more from the continent. Through the Youth Connect, we hope to realize the following outcomes. And there are 3 outcomes that we hope to realize through the Youth Connect program. That is enhanced entrepreneurial skills and business practices developed in youth-owned startups, to collaborate community engagement or collaborative community engagement and networking for social change, co-creation and digital spaces provided for innovative youth entrepreneurs.
Welcome home. UNDP invites you to the beehive of the Supplier Development Programme for the growth and sustainability of your business dream. Welcome to the home of profitable and effective productivity, where large-scale companies and SMEs will hold hands to the finish line.
Prime Time Live. Prime Time Live.
The Youth Connect will assist youth-owned enterprises through enrolling them under rigorous programs that focuses on entrepreneurship and leadership training, as well as mentoring.
As UNDP, together with the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Culture Development, and the Botswana Innovation Hub, rolls out African Youth Connect platform in Botswana, supported by the Russian Federation, through Russia UNDP Trust Fund. We are confident that through joint efforts it will be possible to achieve outstanding results in training youth, young entrepreneurs, and launching their startups with a dual focus on economic growth and social impact. It should be added that in 2018, the Russian Foreign Ministry and the UN Volunteers Programme reached an agreement on a full funding of Russian volunteers work with UN agencies. On this basis, a volunteer from Russia arrived in Botswana and started her work under the supervision of the UNDP Resident Representative's Office and the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Culture Development. This young lady is with us today, Chiana. She is making photos as a material testimony of the remarkable event we all present today, and I hope more young people could come from Russia to make their contribution for the Youth Connect program launched today.
The SDP team also launched the UNDP SDP Rebranding competition for youth. This competition will give young people, especially those in the creative industry, a chance to come up with a brand new identity that reflects the essence of the SDP.
As the SDP program has grown, it is also key that the branding adapts accordingly to reflect that change and the substance of the SDP. We believe that successful branding is one that is memorable, that captures the attention of all who get to see it, but also successful branding is that which is meaningful. So we don't want just an image or a name. We want something that is going to effectively communicate the identity of the program that we've all worked so hard to build. So we are here again to try and establish a new brand identity that will successfully communicate the program goals, the objectives, the approaches, key players, methodology, and the impact. In doing so, we believe that through this competition, we will be creating an opportunity for young Botswana, and it is our goal to do this at every level of implementation of the SDP. What is it that we are launching exactly? As I said, it is a competition to build a new brand identity which reflects the essence of the SDP. I want to re-emphasize that it is geared towards young people in the creative industry, an industry that has been hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, and also a focus group, which is the young people that are troubled by the unemployment crisis in the country.
The SDP has online tools or platforms that offer more information about the program. These include a website, an e-catalog, and a Facebook page.
Under About Us, we also talk about the Sdp methodology, which my superiors talked about earlier here, which talks about the 6 stages of how we implement the interventions that would help uplift the SMEs in the situations they find themselves. These are the methodologies that I'm referring to. And then in addition to that, there is also the team, the administrative team under UNDP that is running the program at the moment. As you can see, there is Tumi Mbakany, who is the head of the program. And then there is me, there is Bami, who just presented before me, and others that you will be able to see and go through their profiles as you navigate the website.
I am thrilled by the UNDP Supplier Development Programme. Through this program, the UNDP is developing capacities for small and medium enterprises. They engage business consultants to make supplier-buyer relationships, and this program is helping enterprises realize their intended goals of job creation, skills development, and revenue generation. I personally have seen this program work in my own constituency. They are improving the livelihoods of the people in Sdp Pikwe and Madinari, particularly the Madinari horticulture farmers community, and elsewhere in the country. I know I have a horticulture farmer association in my own constituency in the village of Madinari called Mapumoleng, and they've had an opportunity of interacting, of being workshopped by the Supplier Development Programme on technology-driven methods of production. So I can bear testimony to the good work you are doing.
There's a clear focus on youth-owned businesses or female-owned businesses in this here second phase. What influenced that direction? And furthermore, how does that then influence the direction of the program overall?
So I must outright say that UNDP's main mandate is to ensure that they bridge gender equality, issues, gaps, if there are inequalities. So this year we're fortunate that the Russian Trust Fund, which is a partnership between the Russian government and UNDP internationally, that they came on board with some bit of funding. And we bid for that. So their focus was, we want more women and youth-owned businesses, to survive the COVID pandemic. And we thought it's an opportunity that tied in well with what we're already doing as UNDP. And in any case, in the project, remember in year one of the project, we had 18% of participants being women, 17% of the suppliers being youth. So with the Russian partnership, it means that quota is going to highly increase to double or even triple. So we thought, wow, this ties in really well. And as we all know, women and youth are from previously disadvantaged groups. So as an international organization that's about development, it would be amiss of us to not actually have a sort of zoom in and ensure that they also benefit.
Prime Time Live.
This program was brought to you in partnership with UNDP in Botswana.